Hi and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I built this Bruder truck to RC in a relative simple manner. For the drivetrain I am using a cheap RC car from a local store. It comes with two engines, so I don't know if it will work, but we shall see. But first let's take out the original axles to make room for the drivetrain. I want to build this MAN truck relative simple and cheap, so I'm using the original Bruder chassis and I'm going to make this fit. In my opinion, the Bruder toys are very high quality material. It's made for kids, so you can't break it easily. It's really sturdy. The drivetrain is going to be something like this, but then without axles from the front and the back. I used some 2mm aluminium to make the sides, to make it pivot. And as you can see, it works. I love it when a plan comes together. Even the original Bruder wheels fit on the little axles. And if you're new here, please like, share, comment or subscribe and put on your notifications bell. And watch the whole video please, you help me a lot. I had some new shocks laying around from another build, so I thought maybe I can use them on this build. So, let's fit them. The springs are really stiff, but that's no problem, because there's gonna be a lot of weight on this car. So I think it will do just fine. Just a quick test run to see if it works, and then I'm making place for the battery. The battery I'm using is a 7.2 volt NIM 6 cell, and it will fit here, I think. It's about the right size. So I got my trusty Dremel and I make space for the battery, and as you can see, it fits nicely there. I'm happy with it. But then, of course, the truck has to steer. So out with the original axle and let's make a new one. I'm using the front axle from an old RC crawler I had laying around. I'm not using the differential, but it will do for the steering. I decided to make a 2-link setup with 2 shocks and of course a 3-wire servo. And as you can see, it works like a dream. It even got enough space to steer. I'm using this old servo I had laying around. It's a little bit noisy, but it will do the job. And I just love how the truck moves on its springs. In this part of the video I'm going to mount the 3-wire servo above the axle. And I'm just checking if it got enough space to move. But I think it will do. This is not going to be a Tamiya style build. It's just an easy build for someone who wants to get in RC truck driving. The truck itself cost me about 20 euros. The battery about 30. The servo I had laying around. The axles, I think I was done for about 100 euros. So it's time to test. As you can see, it makes donuts, but that is because it's not aligned correctly. I changed that later on. But the positive part is, it drives, so it works. I decided to put the receiver in the fuel tank, so it's nicely tucked away outside. Just a little inspection if everything works alright, and then I'm going to take it apart again, because I want to paint the cap and some other details. I said in the beginning of this video, it's going to be a fairly simple build. But yeah, you know me, if you're already following my channel. Why not put some lights in the cab and make some other details like real cloth interior. I fitted some little magnets so the gas tank can stay in place. Just a final check if I'm happy with it and if everything works alright, and then I'm going to take it apart. And as I said earlier on, the Bruder toys are really high quality toys, so it's not easy to take it apart. But with some brute force and some screwdrivers, you can do the trick. Here I made some holes for the lights in the dashboard and fitting some LED lights. And of course, what's a truck without a bed? So I decided to put some real cloth in the interior and added some silver details on the dashboard. I think it looks quite nice for a relative simple and cheap build. So let's paint the cab. I didn't have some videos from the priming process, but this is his final color. I decided to go for a silver metallic. I put on 2 layers of silver metallic, and after that, after 24-hour drying, I put on 2 coats of clear. So it got a nice shine to it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And when you're still watching, please like, share, comment or subscribe. Put on your notifications bell. I will thank you a lot. Now it's time to put everything back together. First the front and the front window, and after that I'm going to reuse real cloth for the cab. So that's going to be put on later on. And I added some real cloth floor mats, just for a more realistic look. And now I'm going to upholster the cab from the inside. But I also want some blue lights in the interior. So I added some LEDs on the roof. Wired it, and after that I'm going to upholster everything so you don't see it anymore. I think it turned out quite nice, exactly what I wanted. Then I cut the pieces of cloth and I put everything back together. It was a pain in the ass, but I got it. Everything is clicked together. First you do the back, and then you go to the front and you click everything together. It's a lot of work, but I will manage it. It's already looking like a truck again, and I just love how it looks. The doors were still drying, because I had painted them. But before I put the doors back in place, just test if the lights still work. And a little test run before I go outside. It drives quite nice, I think. I think it drives better than the Scania I built here for. And I think it was a great choice to make blue interior lights instead of the standard red. But now let's make some side markers, some more lights, tail lights, and let's put everything together like the doors. The look I was going for was a kind of car transporter or trucks, yeah, something like this. I used an old car bus thing from an older Bruder truck. And I'm reusing the parts from that other truck. And it fits on this chassis. But of course the bed is a little bit too short, so I have to extend it. I'm using 3mm aluminium to extend it, and some aluminium strips on the sides. So it's gonna be something like this. Just a little test fit with my RC crawler. And I fitted a light switch, so I can use the controller to turn off and on the lights. Now it's time to make some side skirts. I'm reusing the old parts from that another Bruder truck. The left one is held in place with little magnets, and the right ones I'm going to mount directly on the fuel tanks. And I added some magnets on the bed. That's why the bottle is standing there, so it can dry overnight. Time to tidy up all the wires, and let's take a look how it looks in the dark. I wasn't happy with the bed sides with this. I thought it was quite ugly, so I sawed them off. But with this, the project is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope I see you the next time. Please like, share, comment or subscribe. See you the next time. Bye bye.